Hi everyone, Justin here again for Bearwood Cabins. I'm at the Robinhood Cabin right now, and we're just going to go over a little bit about how to use the spa. If you want to Google it, this spa is a Sundance Optima. There's a lot of information online about them, so we'll just give you a quick overview. The important thing here is these straps, especially in the winter months. These help hold the lid down tight and keep the heat inside the spa. So when you're done, make sure you click these down and lock them all the way. So you press the button to release them just like you saw me do there. To lift the cover, there's lift straps on either side. Just lift up the first side and flip it over like that. And then you can grab these handles here and pick up the rest of the cover. Now the speakers are here. Press them down and they'll lift up. A lot of times they'll lift up on their own because the cover will push them down. Just make sure that when you close the cover that you do close these first so the cover doesn't slam down on top of them. This bar here is your safety bar. Keeps the cover from slamming down if there's a wind. The spa is maintained continuously and upon every checkout, so there's really not a lot you have to do. The one thing that you might have to do is occasionally there'll be foam. So we'll have this bottle of anti-foam, and it's kept by the laundry on the top shelf. And you don't need very much. If it's foaming, that's about it. And you should be good to go. It's programmed to hold its temperature automatically, so you don't really need to adjust that. These are your jets, bubbles, light, and when you're in the spa you can press this to reverse the display so you can see it more easily from inside. These buttons over here are basically for programming the spa, and we just ask that you leave those alone. You don't really need to do anything with that. So to activate the jets, press those buttons, you'll hear and see the jets come on. And then the bubbles. And then you're pretty much ready to go. The one thing you need to be careful of is this opening right here. This is just a thin plastic lid, so we ask that you don't sit on this, but it's perfectly fine to rest a drink or anything like that on. Inside is the filter. And so we just ask that you watch kids, especially, that they don't put their hands in here. They won't get hurt, but they can damage the filter. So to adjust the jets, these large knobs here, and there's one over there, adjust the flow of the water to the jets. And these adjust the amount of bubbles, which is your massaging. These large jets right here, the adjustment is actually on the jet itself. So you grab it like this and turn it clockwise, counterclockwise rather, to close it, and clockwise to open it. And all four adjust independently. The waterfall feature is automatic. This is actually where the heater outputs its water. So that's the heated water coming out that maintains the spa temperature. And then we are under a lot of trees here. So if there is anything that falls in, we do have a net here like this that you can get stuff out. You could just tamp it on the ground like that. This opening here is the aromatherapy. Unless you have purchased actual Sundance brand aromatherapy beads, we ask that you not use this. If you do, just be sure that you open this when the jets are off, or you will get a lot of water in your face and probably damage this cap. I've done that accidentally, and it goes flying about 15 feet in the air. And the last feature of the spa is the radio. It functions very much like a car radio, power on, and we have it set to the local radio station, K-Bear. We just ask that you keep it at a reasonable volume so that you don't disturb the neighbors. The CD is behind here. Just remember to take your CD if you use one, and adjust up and down. I think it's pretty obvious how to use it. and just remember to turn it off when you're done. Now, to close the spa, I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. Make sure that you put these speakers down before you close the lid. And if the spa's running, that's fine. It's automatic. It knows when to run and when to not. Try and make sure all these little flaps are down because they hold the heat in. And then go ahead and gently lower this. And then you can grab by these hold straps. This is not very difficult, and it's certainly easier with two people or when you're not holding a camera. And then the other important part is to close these. Now, this does close pretty tight because we want it to hold the heat in, especially in the winter months. So if you lean on the cover, which I'm doing right now, but you can't see, these clips should go in really easy like that. Just make sure they snap all the way closed. And again over here. Like that. That keeps the cover from blowing open, and it also holds it down a lot tighter so that we don't get any heat loss, again, especially during the winter months. And that's all there is to it.